again, Australia. Hello, world. People of whatever land you come from or whatever you call it. I just wanted to do another video today because I'm noticing a lot of the division that's taking place amongst the people, and there's a lot of people screaming for a lot of rights. A lot of people are concerned and saying, well, what about our rights? What about these rights? And everyone seems to be a lot of people seem to be a little bit divided on what rights are important. First of all rights of all people are equally important because we're all human beings. It's that simple. It's that plain and clear cut. So what do in these times? We look to the government, or some people look to the government, who they want to uphold these rights. But if the people want the government to respect and uphold the people's rights, then first the people must respect and uphold the people's rights. That means between all of the people, they must all respect each other's rights first and foremost. That is unity. That is power. That is, I don't agree with what you're saying, but what you're saying doesn't inflict upon my rights. It doesn't cause any harmful effect to me, so you can do whatever you want. And I respect that that is your belief and that is your will. However, we come to a problem or a crisis point where the people believe that their difference in opinion and difference in belief is cause and legitimate reason to take away and inflict upon the right of another, even if those beliefs of that other don't infringe or cause any harm or detriment to the people who believe otherwise. So we must stop fighting. Everyone has right to opinion or belief. Everyone. So long as it does not affect the right of any other person in the exercise of such a right. Or else it becomes a wrong. As it encroaches, it invades, it reaches into, it overshadows, it diminishes a right of another person. Therefore, it is opposed, it is an opposite. It is the polar opposite of a right, which must, in fact, make it a wrong. So, if I'm Lucas and I'm sitting here and I'm speaking my beliefs and putting my information out there, I have a right to do that. Because people choose if they want to watch this video or not. I don't force anyone to watch it or believe it or anything like that. Right? So that's my right. I can do that. I can put out whatever content I like. And if it offends people, they've got the right and the choice to not watch it. Yep. Now, if I, Lucas, believe that what I share is the truth, it is gospel, and no one else has any right to live any other way. So I then go out into the world. Outside of my realm, I go outside of my right, outside of my belief, I go out into the world and I start taking away from other people because their beliefs don't align with mine. I have then caused a wrong. I am then in the wrong. Because those people were simply exercising their rights and I chose to go and stop them from doing that. So, as a collective, as a people, and I'm guilty of it myself, I'm seeing it all through social media, we are dividing ourselves because other people's beliefs don't align with ours. As long as their beliefs don't affect us, then they've got all the right in the world to believe that. and to act upon that, so long as they don't affect our rights. It is the only way we have a proper, just society. Because as soon as one of us believes that we are the right, and we can then change other people's ways of being, we become wrong. All we can do is share what we believe, and if it resonates with other people, and it is within their right, then they can exercise that. So when it comes to commenting on social media, again, I'm guilty of it myself. Sometimes what people post offends our senses and offends us to our core and offends what we see is going on. So we get a little bit emotionally attached to that, and we might put some of that emotion in our response. Well, instead of putting that emotion into our response, maybe we can say, oh, I respect your belief. I see where you're at. I see what you watch. And I respect that. As long as what you're saying doesn't affect me or lead them onto something that may give them some sort of information, that may illuminate them somehow. We are in extremely interesting times in humanity's history. There is no division in reality. There is only human. There is only life or extinguishment of life or no life. Life respects life, and we all need, all life needs all life in order to exist. Death needs nothing. It is dead. I don't know how I got onto that, but thanks, Marsupial Mark. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing your time with me and for listening. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Sue. Sue's put a post up there with a link. It says, hang on a second. It says, share this, everyone. It's all about our rights and our health. Thank you for sharing that, Sue. That's in the comments there. Excuse me, I just had a nice soup for dinner. Hey, Katie. Sue, am I cold down here? It is a little bit chilly down here, down in the south. It's quite nice though. I don't mind rugging up with the beanie and my poncho and Dusty, the dog. It's always, I'll give you a look at Dusty. I'll see if you can see him. Dusty! Dusty! Wait! Say hello. He's putting on a bit of weight, old Dusty, over these cold months, so he doesn't, do too much, and he doesn't move too fast because it is pretty cold. But is there any other comments on there? Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for sharing your time, and please share the video. It is really important that we all be the change we wish to see. And if we want respect, and if we want the government to respect and uphold our rights, then we must respect and uphold the rights of other people. First and foremost, it must start at the ground and work its way up. The people are the foundation of government. The people are the foundation of society. The people are foundation of everything. Okay? Not nature, but we are a product of it. We're not the foundation of it. We are a product of nature, not its foundation. So we've got to get that through our heads too. But again, if we want the government to respect and uphold our rights, first and foremost, the people must respect and uphold the rights of the other people. We are all the people. All of us are the people. There is no those people over there and those. We're all the people. We may have different beliefs and different opinions and different levels of understanding and different levels of education, but we all make up the whole. We're all a part of it. Yeah? No one is less significant because of their role or lack of a role or whatever it is they're choosing to do with their life or whatever situation they're in. There is no one who is less significant or less worthwhile or their opinion less worthwhile. And if there are opinions of people that we don't agree with, let's look at that and learn from that. Okay, well, even if we know it to be wrong, what can we learn from that? Well, we can learn what state of mind that person is. We can learn where the state of mind of the people who are commenting on that is. We can learn where, where numbers are for people, where their understanding is at. So instead of getting emotionally attached to the things that we don't agree with or that aren't right, and getting emotionally attached and responding to that in a defensive manner or a reactive manner, we can learn from that. And this is something I'm learning myself to deal with. Because we're all going through this together. No one has all the answers, and we are all learning as we go. So, Sue said there is nothing Deep State can do now as it is all coming out. Dr. Judy is backed and it's all out there. Oh, I've just lost the focus. There we go. Yeah, look, I mean, the information is out there and it can't be stopped. It won't be stopped. So, but what we don't want is to see fighting. We do not want to see fighting and war and division, because it doesn't need to happen. It's unnecessary. It is absolutely unnecessary for all, because no one wins except for the people at the very top who are making the money. No one wins from civil war. No one wins from violence. Again, except for very, very, very few people at the very top. Everyone else loses. The people lose. The people who work for government lose. The children definitely lose. The planet loses. The animals lose. Everyone loses. Except for the people at the very, very, very top. And that is not you. Or me. So, again, let's learn to learn from each other. Let's learn to respect each other's beliefs, as long as we're not encroaching on their beliefs or their rights. We can change people's beliefs, because beliefs are just there to be changed. We're ever evolving. Everything is always changing. Nothing will ever be the same as it was yesterday or it is right now. Everything is always changing, and it always will be. But we can learn from the past. We can't change the past, but we can learn from it and move forward and evolve. And if we're not evolving, we're devolving. If we're not living and growing, we're decaying and dying. So we have no option as a species but to evolve and grow and move forward. In order to do that, we must respect the rights of every single individual, every single person. And we've got to awaken to the fraud and deception, and we have to overcome that by seeing it. Because once everyone sees it, then it's no longer an issue. It's gone. It's finished. There is no sides. There is no us and them. There is none of that. There is the people. And the people understanding the people. And you watch when the people are in harmony with the people, you watch how the government will fall into line naturally. They will have no option. When the people are in respect of the people, the government will fall in line. It will have no option but to, because it will be gone otherwise. The people are also part of the government. The people make up the government. Therefore, it stands to reason that the people must be in harmony with the people. And that is not believing the same as everyone else. That is, we don't all have to believe the same thing. We can have polar opposite beliefs, and that doesn't have to affect anybody, because everyone has the right to that belief, as long as that belief doesn't inflict on the right of the other. Hope this is a really easily understandable concept I'm talking about. Sue says everything is addressed in that interview. She's been researching and watching it for 2 years. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, get on and watch that. And I'll do it myself as well, Sue. Thank you. So, I mean, there's so much information out there, and there's so many people posting so many links to so many videos that are putting this information out, and it's coming out so fast. You know, so the people must be open to receiving the information that is coming. If the people are not open to receiving the information that is coming, they cannot receive that information. And people are not open to information that is coming if they feel attacked. As soon as a person feels attacked, they are closed. They are in defense mode, and they will not take anything on board. So if we continue to react to situations, lost my train of thought. If we continue to react to the situations, we're going to lose the people. People are going to lose each other. Right. Thank you, Sue. No, I'm not getting any more threats. Been very peaceful. Thank you. Really enjoying the eclipse energy at the moment. Quite strong, which is good. Sue's got 30 years of research. So get on Sue's page. Sue Jones, she's commenting there. Get on Sue's page and look at her information. You know, for people to have their rights restored, we must get out of the system of slavery. We must see it and recognize it so that we can step out of it. Katie J said, stay in the heart and be in peace. And that's right, stay in the heart, be in peace. And that is challenging at times. That is really hard at times to stay in the heart and be at peace. Given everything that is, all the information and or disinformation that is put out there, it can be extremely frustrating. It can be downright heartbreaking. Well, it used to be. You sort of get used to it. But if we stay in the heart and stay in peace, then we can get information out there, because the mind of the people has been hijacked. The mind of a lot of people has been hijacked, and they don't know it and they don't see it, right? So the only other way to get into people is through their heart, yeah? It is not by responding and reacting in defensive manners, because then it puts them in a state of defense and they're automatically closed to any information that you're putting forward to them straight away. But if we go to the heart, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that information. Thank you for sharing your beliefs. I can see how you feel about that belief. However, I found this bit of information. It kind of contradicts it, but maybe you could just take a look at it. Otherwise, no worries. Thanks for your post and sharing how you're feeling on this topic. You know? So we have to get more creative and get out of the old ways of reacting to this information. We need to be emotionally intelligent about the way things are put across. Because the only way in to a mind that has been hijacked is through the heart. Because they feel that. They feel people feel truth. Truth has a resonant feeling with the human heart and the human body, because it's truth. It is a vibration. It's spoken. It's a vibration that moves through the matter of the body of the other people. Yep. And if it's truth that sits inside the bodies of the other people and it has a certain resonance, a certain feeling to it. Whereas a lie might seem right, or a lie you might be able to make seem logical in the mind, but you know in the heart it's not right. It's a lie. You know that. But we can talk ourselves out of that, and we can talk ourselves into that lie, into believing that lie. Because logically we can make sense of it, and it means that we don't have to do anything else. It means that we don't have to look at that, we don't have to listen to that, and we don't have to change ourselves, we don't have to challenge our beliefs. We don't have to admit that we were wrong. Because admitting that one is wrong is one of the hardest things that a human being, well, many human beings, will ever do. And most people, or a lot of humans, won't do it. They would rather die than admit that they are wrong. And that's a reality. So yes, there is a lot of things going on, but what people must come to the real eyes, using your real eyes, you must see, you must realize, come to the realization that a lot of what is going on is scripted. That is how so many people can predict it happening. Yeah, because it is literally scripted. And it has a purpose, an end goal. And that end goal that we're going through right now, that is being scripted and portrayed to the majority of people, doesn't have the interests of the majority of people in mind. Chris has gone to get his glasses. Thanks, Chris. Caddy JT, our heart knows the truth. Trust in your own inner knowing. Thank you. And so it's true, isn't it? Like, some of the stuff that I put out would be so left field or out of right field or whatever to some people. But for me, it is the truth that resonates out of me, out of my mouth. And it's so strong, this truth, that I can't, even risking that, you know, what these people might think and I might lose these friends and whatever, even risking that, knowing that, I can't contain my truth and not share that. That is how powerful that truth is to me. Regardless of what anyone says or thinks or does. You know? And sometimes that works for what seems to be the better, personally, and sometimes what it appears to be detrimental. Even in those detrimental times, however, there is a significant period of growth and learning and understanding. So even those times that seem and feel wrong, or even if they are wrong, that period of time is usually one of the most significant periods of time for growth and learning. Comments. Katie J says, it is so important for us to speak our truth as it helps and inspires others. One person speaking their truth gives permission to every other person who watches them to speak the truth. And unlike other people, I tell people on my Facebook, I don't have any followers. All I have is leaders. There are no followers on my Facebook group. Anyone who watches my video is not a follower. They are a leader. That means you are a leader. I don't have followers. And the only difference between followers and leaders is a decision to speak. Because as soon as you affect the mind of one other person in the direction of what is right, you're a leader. Straight away. You could lead one person who then goes and leads another person, who then goes and leads another person, and maybe that third person goes on to lead 7 billion people. Or you could lead 5,000 people, and those 5,000 people could lead 10,000 people, and so it filters on. But it matters not if you lead one person or 5,000 or 5 million people. It's the outcome of that leadership. It's the change that it's making. Not just the outcome, but the effect it's having immediately. Because that strengthens it could be one person, and that would strengthen let's just say truth has a resonant frequency. And that resonant frequency has a bandwidth, right? It comes out to this far. And then you spread that truth, and that goes with someone else to another part of the world. And then that truth expands and has that same resonant frequency, and it keeps moving around the world like that. The truth is a resonant frequency. No different to deception. It is the amount of people that see the truth that will make the change. The more resonant frequency, the more people speaking the truth, or that truthful frequency, the stronger it becomes, and the greater it becomes, and the bigger it becomes, which is what's happening now. And it works the other way, which is why the media is so effective at keeping a certain vibration, a certain fear vibration in the people, a certain division vibration in the people. Because it is a frequency that gets embedded into the body, into the human body. So people watch the TV and they get a bit of fear because of something that's come through the news. That fear is then embodied into their body, their water structural body. The water holds the memory, right? We spoke about this. Their body is vibrating at this resonant frequency of fear, and they're moving around the world and they're sharing that with other people, right? Because of what they've seen on a screen. It hasn't happened to them. They've not actually seen it with their own eyes. They don't even know if it's true. But they've been told it's true, and they've seen it. And they're feeling it because they have a thing called a empathetic neuron in the brain, which is when you see something happening to another person, you automatically, as a human being, because we are all connected etherically, yeah, you automatically feel that. Your emotion, right? That is your emotion, right? Someone else is sad, you get sad. Someone else sneezes, you sneeze. Or someone else yawns, you yawn. You know, someone else is laughing and happy, you feel that and you get laughing and happy. Someone's smiling and you start smiling, you know? Because we're all connected etherically, yeah? Through the oxygen, the breath, the spirit. We are all connected. That is why we feel it. And we have this empathy neuron, yeah, going back to the TV. So we're picking up on that fear and we're feeling it through our brain, our neurons. It's then resonating through our body, and we're going out into the world and we're then speaking that to other people, and we're making it greater. Yeah, we can do the same with love, with truth, But we've got to do it with love. Yeah, because it's a frequency. Truth, it's a frequency. So we've got to hold it, embody it, and share it. And we can do that when we're responding to people. We can do that just by smiling at somebody in the street can change someone's day, if not their life. Someone may be having a really hard day and they're just walking down and feeling lonely, and someone just looks at them and smiles at them and keeps walking. And that might just change their whole day. If people are walking around smiling at each other, you know, we're going to have a mirror effect, a ripple effect. Walking around saying hello to each other. You know? Giving each other a namaste. Namaste. I honour the place in you that is the same in me. You know? I honour that you're a human being like me. I honour that. And I don't want to take anything away from that for you. But thank you for being. Thank you for being alive and being part of my journey. You know? And I'm going to smile at you because I like it when people smile at me. It makes me feel good. And when I feel good, good things happen. You know? When I feel good, I attract things into my life. I draw things in, you know? When I'm unhappy, I repel. Everything repels away from me. If I'm in a bad mood, if I'm not happy in myself, everything else around me is like, runs away. Doesn't want to be near me. So what I am embodying is what I'm going to create around me. That is the physics and the nature, that is natural law. That is natural law. That is I can't even put it into words. That is the cause and effect of being. That is the cause and effect of being in a state of fear. You have a cause and effect on your immediate environment. Or that is the cause and effect of love and truth and happiness and smiling and being joyful. And having that effect, that cause being yourself, and that effect on your immediate environment. Because again, remember, you know, they yawn, you yawn. They're sad, you're sad. Or they're unhappy, so they have a go at you, so you become unhappy. And then the next person you talk to becomes unhappy because you have a go at them. And it flows on and on. Or someone comes up to you and your group of friends, they give you a hug all the time. So when you go and see someone else, you give them a hug. Even though it might not be normal for them. But then they do it, you know, like it. The ripple effect. Well, that went on a bit more than I thought it would. Caddy JT, we counteract their fear propaganda by spreading love and joy. Yeah, and it's spreading love and joy and truth. Yeah, truth that liberates people. Truth that makes people remember, put back together themselves. Truth that makes them use their eyes. It makes them real eyes. That they are worthy. They are human beings. They have rights. You know? Truth that makes them remember that they're not born of the earth to be a slave, to conform and bend to someone else's will if they don't want to. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong whether they do it, it's if they don't want to. If they don't want to do it and they're forced to do it, well, it becomes wrong, you know? But spreading love and joy and truth is most important. Truth and love together. Because the truth, when everyone truly understands the truth, of what has been done and what is going on, it will truly set people free, because it leaves nothing else, because it removes the deception. It's just kind of hard to explain. We are all energy. We affect one another, and that's the truth. We are all energy. That is truth. Yeah, because if we weren't energy, we wouldn't be sitting here. And we affect one another, and we all know we affect one another because we've experienced it ourselves. So that is truth. What Kat is saying is truth. That has happened in the past, and that is happening right now. That is true fact. Yep. If someone says, yeah, I'm a human being, but my opinion doesn't count, but I vote and pay my taxes. That is a lie, because your opinion does count. Your vote does count. Those taxes do count, because they're used for other things that affect people's lives. Anyway, I think that's about it. Went for a bit longer. Thanks for watching. Please share, and yeah, I hope these words resonated with you and maybe opened something up, or just helped you remember something, helped you to remind yourself, put it back into your mind, who you are, you know, and given what we were talking about the other day, that, you know, it's a, what's the best term, a scientific theory or something, that energy can be neither destroyed nor created. There is a finite amount of energy in the universe. You know what universe is? It's one verse. What is a verse? A verse is a sound. It is a string of words. So universe is one sound. Yep. This is why we keep going, but we keep getting back to sound, frequency, vibration. And when you put that together with things being introduced into the environment, such as hive fleas and things like that, that affects the vibration, the frequency, that affects the universe, that affects the sound that holds everything together or in harmony. It may be held together in disharmony, or it may be held together in harmony. Universe, one sound. We're all part of it. Where was I going with that? Universe. Anyway, I guess that was what I was meant to say. Saka, light can never be quashed, it removes the darkness. All darkness is an absence of light. Like when it's night time, it's dark outside because there's no light. The matter is still there. The matter is still there, but it's dark because there's no light. If the matter wasn't there, but the light would keep going, right? So the light is infinite. Matter is dark. So dark matter and light is infinite. Yep. But the light needs the matter to burn, to, well, if it's in a different form of matter, I suppose, like a gas. It all needs each other. Without the light, the matter doesn't grow. It's just dead rock without light. You know? So if there was no light, you wouldn't want to be anywhere on matter because it would be just dark. It would be a whole different world. It would be all feel, I suppose, instead of sight. And light needs matter to burn, or gas. I suppose they're a different element. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm losing myself. Caddy, energy cannot be destroyed, it transforms. That's right. That's what we were talking about. Matter can neither be, or energy can neither be destroyed nor created. There's an infinite amount of energy. It just takes different forms. And I forgot why we were talking about that too. Anyway, I guess that must be done. Thanks for jumping on. You can go back and watch it again if you like. I'll share it again. Thanks for watching. Please share and stay you. And do not get caught up in all of the outside things that are happening. Get outside, have a look around, see what's happening in your neighborhood. Doesn't seem that bad, all right. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I won't get distracted. I won't get distracted by the other things. Let's focus on what's important. Getting people in alignment. You know? Getting government to respect and uphold the rights of the people, as is their job and role, for they would not exist without the people. It cannot exist without the people, for it is made up of the people. So therefore, once again, we must bring the people into alignment with the people. No more looking to government to get our rights and whatever back. It is simply, you have your rights over there and I respect that. And you don't come and infringe upon my rights and overshadow my rights, and there's no issue. There's just mutual respect. If I want to be part of that group over there, I'll go and join that group. If I don't, I won't. You know? And that group won't interfere with my rights because that would be a wrong, and I won't interfere with their rights because that would be a wrong. It's called mutual respect. And it goes each and every which way. It goes both ways. All right, thanks for watching again. I'm going to jump off and yeah, have a good evening. Namaste.